The quest for 20 must-visit destinations continues, and this time we'll take you to Tanzania.
Does she have the bragging right as the safari hub of Africa?
Can she lay claim as one of the safest and investment-friendly countries in East Africa?
What about the ease of doing business?
Well, for answers to these and more, we'll take you to Tanzania.
As she confirms her credentials for 20 must-visit destinations. Now go away.
Come with us.
Tanzania is an enlivening touristic destination. From the trek through the extensive trails of the Serengeti, Africa's leading national park, the walk through the white sand blue beaches, the dive into the endless crystal blue waters of the Indian Ocean, the hike to the peak of the Kilimanjaro, the taste of our local dishes, and in all, the hospitality of the local population distinguishes her as an unforgettable destination. With the largest concentration of wildlife per square kilometer, with over 4 million wild animals, representing 430 species and subspecies, Tanzania is debatably Africa's top destination, equipped with the right facilities, knowledge, and manpower to ensure a safe safari experience and an uncompromised environment.
Tanzania is a unique country. We have allocated over 30% of our land for wildlife, for flora and fauna.
Tanzania actually protects and conserves a little bit more than 33% of its land, and it is covered by more than 50% by forests.
Home to 4 of the 7 natural wonders of Africa, a significant wonder attracting tourists to explore Tanzania is the Great Wild Beast Migration, an annual spectacle which records the migration of about 2 million wild beasts and other animals from the Serengeti to Masai Mara in Kenya in search for greener pastures. One of Tanzania's alluring destinations is the coastal city of Zanzibar, a semi-archipelago off the coast of Tanzania. A historically rich city, on its aesthetic landscape, lays enlivening and diverse touristic experiences. Representing traditional African hospitality, its friendly and hospitable populace welcomes tourists to the inspiring path towards discovering the rich melting pot of culture. Stone Town, an assemblage of coral stone-built architectural masterpieces built in the 19th century, reflects the diverse cultural influences from which the Swahili culture derived its identity. Formerly the capital of the Oman Empire. A view of the standing stone buildings, museums around this UNESCO heritage site is a journey through the pages of history. A burgeoning spice trade center in the past, the present-day Zanzibar has not lost its taste for spice. Her spices are famously exported around the world. A spice tour through the spice plantations of Zanzibar is quite informative, bringing tourists closer to the countryside. Jozani Forest, one of its famed natural biodiversity reserve, contains about 100 tree species from a total of 43 families, and also home to the endemic red colobus monkey. Blessed with breathtaking sceneries, its unspoiled beaches and coastal resorts provide the perfect wanderlust experience to unwind in the bowel of this peaceful nature's sanctuary. While adventure is never in short supply, a deep into the underwater of the Indian Ocean uncovers the clear underbelly of the subsea. In the COVID world, where tourists' choice of destination is guided primarily by health concerns rather than experiences, Tanzania, through the formulation of an internationally recognized standard of operation, guarantees the safety of travelers within Tanzania. Through collaboration with prospective agencies from country of departure, the provision of a valid PCR test within 72 hours before travel ensures that tourists are not mandated to quarantine themselves for a 14-day period.
When I first arrived here at Kilimanjaro International Airport, I was surprised to see, first of all, the very kindness of the people receiving us, telling us go and sanitize your hands, and then go to the health officers, check your temperature, and then through immigration and customs, everything so smooth and nice, and very, very kind people.
Living through to its bidding as one of Goge Africa's 20 must-visit destinations, Tanzania offers distinctive experiences, preserving the beauty of its environment, yet taking you through the unending thrills of adventures for an interesting touristic experience. Welcome to the Tanzania, as the land's unending adventure awaits you.
Goge. Goge.
Goge.
Goge. Goge.
Goge. Africa.
Africa. Africa. Africa. Africa. Africa.
Africa. Africa. Africa. Africa. Africa. Is the only thing I want to hear. It's the only thing I want to say.
Goge Africa is for Africa and is about Africa. Goge Africa for Africa.
On Sights and Sound, we bring you Grace's Hearts, It's hearts and more hearts from my heart.
Fashion is a universal language which portrays trends, style, and status aggregated from different experiences and background, not restricted to any society. The language of style defies boundary, creeping into societies and stamping its presence through adoption. The infusion of creativity and adaptation has been the needed spark necessary to keep timeless fashion pieces aglow. For the African woman, one of her key fashion accessory which complements her dresses at events is the hat. Not alien to shielding her scalp from the full glare of nature elements, religious and cultural reasons, covering the hair in elegantly styled hats, fascinator, and turbans has also appealed to Africans, encroaching into the social sphere as a must-have fashion piece. The headgear, which has its roots traced to the colonial times, has warmed itself to the heart of African fashion enthusiasts, sitting regally on their crown, the hair, defining what style should be. At introduction, faced with the challenge of acceptability, African milliners have gradually, through their unique craftsmanship and grit, stamped their footprints on the millinery industry, earning accolades and garnering for themselves an expansive clientele base worldwide. One of such successful milliner is Nigeria's Grace's Chito Mark, the CEO of Grace's Hat, whose elegantly styled hat has glamorously adorned the scalp of former American First Lady Michelle Obama.
Over the years, we've been able to manufacture different types of hat, English hat, Fascinator, Gelenator, as I just heard, and then turbans and turbanator. I'm going to take you around to show you which is which. This is the English hat, the normal Western hat you see them wear, which can come in many materials. It can even come in our Ashoke. It can come in Ankara too. Then you have this is a turban, but it's a pure box turban. You can see it, and it's so flexible. Over the years, we've been able to achieve flexibility and very light, so you can pack it and travel with when you come out to where you're going to bounces back. Then we have the geles. The gele, you can see the one they call auto gele, but ours is different because we just don't do it like, you know, the way you see it in the market. Is different and unique. So this is the auto gele, knotted at the head. And then we also have gele. Also, it's like they will call it. It's also a form of auto gele, but this time around it has a turban, a headgear for you to put on, and then you tie this at the back, and then you have this showing in front, just like the way an African woman would tie a head tie. And then we have the fascinators. This is part of the fascinator. If you just remove the band and put it on a turban, it becomes a turbanator. That's how the turbanator came about. And then this is a fascinator too, where you can see the uniqueness, and it's different shape, different variation. This one is adorned with a lot of flowers and tiny feathers, and you can see this one, they're like strings and feathers. This is fascinators. But you can also, just like the one I have on my head, is also a turban. It's also a turban. See, you can see that. So this is just an addition, and when you put it on like this, it becomes a turbanator. So that's what we have. This is also another turban, but it has a fascinator right with it.
Presently celebrating 40 years in the business of hat making through the blend of African fashion identities such as the colorful kente textile materials and Western ornaments in her creations of what was a Western concept. Grace's hat has pushed the African identity through fashion across the boundary of the African continent.
My name is Mandu Moses Ubek. I am one of the fans or lovers of hats and fascinators. The reason is because if you are a woman of elegance, if a woman that loves style, a woman that wants to create your own style, your own niche, then you need to have something that is different from the ordinary. And that's where the fascinators and turbans and hats comes in. And not just any hat, but just Grace's hat.
Hi, my name is Sainz and I'm currently wearing a fascinator from Grace's hat. Why I love Grace's hat is because she has something for everybody. As a young girl that might not be into hats, I can come here and get a very pretty fascinator. But then elderly people can get hats and turbans. And I just love Grace's hat's work because it's neat and you can't see this particular design anywhere else.
My name is Oinola Sale. I'm a media practitioner, a presenter, and of course, being a presenter, you need to always look good. And that's the reason why I choose Grace's hats, because they're beautiful, they're unique, they're very exquisite, and they're elegant, and of course, top-notch quality. So, I mean, it's everything, I need in a nutshell in terms of looking very graceful, just like Grace's hats.
Celebrating 4 decades of the brand's existence, the 3rd edition of Grace's Hats exhibition rolled out colorful aesthetic hats with classy brim designs, fascinators adorned with elegant plumage, and exquisite turbans for ladies with refined taste of fashion.
Hello, my name is Treasure. I'm here to get one of Grace's hats. Fascinator, like the one I'm putting on. You can see how fit it is. I love Grace's hats. They have the best hats. They have the best things. Whenever I want to get nice hats, nice fascinator, nice fascinator, I always come here to get mine. Like you can see this one I'm putting on. It's from Grace's hats. You can see how pretty I look on it.
Today, I'm joining in celebrating her 40 years in this product. And I'm launching some too, because I've been using Grace's hat. It never disappoints. It remains the best. If you use it, you even though overseas, they cannot even do the one that has quality like this one. So she remains the best all over the world.
While hat has over time been seen to be an exclusive fashion piece for Christians, Grace's hat throws into the frame an exquisite masterpiece, the finely crafted turban with a flowing lapel to cover the shoulders, which meets the needs of ladies seeking to cover not only the head but also the shoulder, adrift from the status quo. This resonates her understanding of diversity in her creations. Incorporating the ornamental ceremonial headgear of Gele to her collections, predominantly seen in social functions around West Africa, her introduction of the auto Gele to her ensemble, a styled, ready-to-wear Gele which only requires fastening to the head, cuts the hassles of timeless trials of perfecting a needed shape and styling. In tune with the ageless boundary of fashion, Grace's hats meet the styling and chic needs of women, irrespective of age. giving them that confident and bold look of the African woman.
My name is Didier Bayeye, your Africa tourism expert. You're watching me on Goge Africa.
And on Travel Tips, we'll bring you safety tips for travelers.
The world has in recent weeks been besieged by the scare of the deadly coronavirus nicknamed COVID-19. Today on Travel Tips, we bring you ways of preventing exposure and the spread of this deadly virus. Avoid close contact with people who are infected personnel. Avoid contact with your eyes, nose, and mouth with unwashed hands. Cover your mouth with a tissue when you cough or sneeze, then trash the tissue. Wash your hands with alcohol-based hand sanitizer after coughing, sneezing, and contact with the nose. Clean and disinfect your hands frequently after contact with objects and surfaces using disinfectant and household cleaning wipes. Wash your hands often with soap and water for at least 20 seconds after using the bathroom. This information has been brought to you in partnership with Goge Africa Travel Club. All too soon, we've come to the end of this very special episode on Tanzania.
Now, which other country do you consider a must visit?
Right. Send us a message on our social media and we can check out her credentials.
Until then, let's keep traveling, having fun and exposing beautiful places within the continent and outside.
All right. Ciao.
Aduna